Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This time, we're going to be talking about something that I think we all experience, and and sometimes it's not so pleasant. We're talking about digestive health.
Ooh, yeah.
Specifically, we're looking at the Center for Digestive Health and Nutrition in Pennsylvania, and we got their website as source material, and let me tell you, it is packed with info. So imagine you're dealing with, well, let's just say tummy troubles. Wouldn't you want to know that you're in the hands of experts who really get it? Well, this deep dive is all about giving you that confidence.
It's amazing, how we tend to take our digestive systems for granted until it throws us a curveball.
Right.
Yeah.
It's true. Out of sight, out of mind. Right.
hmm
But then when things go wrong, it can really impact your life.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at what the center offers and what makes them stand out.
Okay, so first things first. This center has been around since 1977. That's almost 50 years of experience in the field of gastroenterology.
Wow. Yeah. That's not just surviving, that's thriving in the ever-changing world of healthcare. Think about all the advancements and challenges they've navigated since 1977. Really speaks to their adaptability and their commitment to staying at the forefront of digestive health.
And you know what really impressed me was they emphasize a patient-first approach. They even acknowledge on their website how sensitive digestive issues can be. It's like they're saying, we get it, and we're here to make you feel comfortable.
Yeah, that's so important. To think about it, you're already dealing with discomfort. The last thing you need is to feel judged or rushed. So creating that safe space for patients to open up is crucial.
Totally. And they walk the walk, too. They have a quote from a patient on their site, and it's glowing. The patient raves about the professional and friendly staff, calling them the best medical staff around.
Wow, word of mouth is powerful. It's one thing for a center to claim they're patient-focused, but having those real patient testimonials really adds weight to those claims.
And speaking of patient focus, they're big on patient education. Their website's like a digestive health library packed with information so you can be in the know about your own health.
Yeah, empowering patients to understand their own bodies and be active participants in their care. That's a big
Right.
deal. It's a shift from the old doctor knows best model to a much more collaborative approach.
Exactly. And then there's their affiliated endoscopy center. Three Rivers Endoscopy Center, TRC for short. It was the first of its kind in Western Pennsylvania, solely dedicated to gastrointestinal endoscopy.
Endoscopy, not exactly a fun topic, but often necessary.
Yeah, no one jumps for joy at the thought of an endoscopy. But here's the thing. TRC is in the same building as the center. Makes it super convenient, plus free parking, always a bonus.
Especially if you're not feeling your best. Those little conveniences can make a big difference. Plus, it speaks to their thoughtful approach to patient care.
For sure. They also mentioned using modern anesthesia and state-of-the-art equipment to make the whole experience as comfortable as possible.
It's interesting that they highlight that. Endoscopy procedures can be pretty anxiety-inducing for a lot of people, so emphasizing comfort and utilizing the latest techniques can really ease those concerns.
Absolutely. And it's not just about comfort, it's about safety too.
Speaking of safety, this is where their commitment to quality really shines. TRC has top-tier accreditations from the Pennsylvania Department of Health, Medicare, Medicaid, and the Accreditation Association for Ambulatory Healthcare. That's AAAHC. They've even earned recognition from the American Society of Gastrointestinal Endoscopy, ASGE, for their high standards.
Wow, that's a lot of acronyms. But seriously, those accreditations are like a gold seal of approval. It means they're meeting and exceeding industry standards for quality and safety.
Yeah, it's like having a trusted third party vouching for their competence. Gives you the patient that extra peace of mind knowing you're in good hands.
Right. It's not just about saying you're good, it's about proving it through these rigorous evaluations. So if you're experiencing digestive issues and need an expert, the center seems to check those boxes, but there's more to uncover.
You know what's really interesting about this center is they seem to be taking a proactive approach to digestive health. It's not just about treating problems when they arise, but it's about empowering patients to stay healthy in the first place. Remember that informed patient section on their website?
Oh yeah, I was checking that out. They have a whole section dedicated to patient education. It's not just a few pamphlets. They've got in-depth articles, videos, even recipes. They're really going the extra mile to make sure their patients are well informed.
Exactly. And it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
When you understand how your digestive system works and what factors can influence your gut health, you're more likely to make choices that support your well-being.
It's like they're saying, we're not just here to fix you when you're broken. We're here to partner with you on your journey to optimal digestive health.
I like that, a partnership. It's a much more empowering approach than just passively receiving treatment.
Speaking of empowering, let's go back to TRS for a second. The fact that they were the first freestanding ambulatory surgery center in Western Pennsylvania dedicated solely to gastrointestinal endoscopy, that's pretty impressive, don't you think?
It is. It shows they were pioneers in the field, recognizing the need for a specialized facility focused on patient comfort and privacy. Remember, this was back in 1996. Imagine the advancements in technology and techniques they've witnessed and adopted since then. They've likely been at the forefront of those changes, constantly evolving to provide the best possible care.
And that's where those accreditations we talked about come into play, right? They demonstrate that TRH is keeping pace with the latest standards and best practices.
Absolutely. Those recognitions from the Pennsylvania Department of Health, Medicare, Medicaid, AAHC, and ASGE aren't just for show. They represent rigorous evaluations and a commitment to excellence. It's like a seal of approval from the digestive health authorities.
It's reassuring for sure. You want to know that you're in expert hands, especially when it comes to something as important as your digestive health.
Speaking of expert hands, let's not forget the center's team of experienced gastroenterologists. They mentioned over 225 years of combined clinical experience on their website.
Wow, 225 years. That's like a whole lot of gut instincts, literally. They've probably seen it all from the everyday tummy aches to the more complex and challenging cases.
You could say that. And it's not just about quantity, it's about the quality of that experience. Think about the knowledge they've accumulated, the skills they've honed, the insights they've gained over those years. It all translates into better care for their patients.
They've been serving Western Pennsylvania and beyond since 1977. It makes you wonder what kind of challenging cases they've encountered and how they've helped those patients find relief. It speaks volumes about their expertise and dedication to finding solutions.
It does, and that level of experience can be invaluable when you're facing a digestive issue. It means they've likely seen something similar before and have a deep understanding of the various treatment options available.
So we've got experienced specialists, a commitment to patient care and education, a state-of-the-art endoscopy center, and top-notch accreditations. This center seems to have all the ingredients for a positive digestive health experience.
They do, but there's one more aspect we haven't touched upon yet, their online presence. Remember that patient portal I mentioned?
Oh, right, their patient portal. They seem to be embracing technology to enhance the patient experience.
Exactly. It's a sign of a modern practice that's adapting to the evolving needs and expectations of patients in today's digital world. People want easy access to their health information, the ability to schedule appointments online, and communicate with their providers securely. It's about convenience, but it's also about empowering patients to take control of their healthcare.
It's like having a direct line to your healthcare team right at your fingertips. No more phone tag or waiting on hold. And I bet it helps streamline communication and reduce those annoying administrative hassles.
Absolutely, and you know what else is interesting? This online presence also reflects a commitment to transparency.
Transparency, how...
Well, think about it. They've got all this information readily available on their website about their team, their services, their accreditations, even patient testimonials. It's like they're saying, here's who we are, what we do, and what our patients have to say. Judge for yourself.
That's a powerful message. It builds trust and shows they're not afraid to be open and accountable.
Exactly. It's about fostering a sense of partnership with patients, inviting them to be informed and engaged participants in their own healthcare journey.
So from experienced specialists to patient empowerment, state-of-the-art facilities to a modern online presence, this center seems to be hitting all the right notes. But as we all know, sometimes even the most well-equipped center can fall short when it comes to the actual patient experience.
That's true. You can have all the bells and whistles, but if the patient doesn't feel heard, understood, and cared for, it can really impact their overall experience.
Exactly. So how can we get a sense of what it's actually like to be a patient at this center? I mean, we've seen the fancy website and all the credentials, but what about the human element?
Well, that's where those patient testimonials come in handy. Remember that quote we mentioned earlier, the one where the patient called the staff the best medical staff around? Let's dive a little deeper into that.
Okay, so the patient said, the staff here is so professional and so well organized. They all work so well together and are very friendly and informative. Best medical staff around. Made my experience there very comfortable. I highly recommend this practice.
That's more than just a generic good job pat on the back. This patient specifically calls out the staff's professionalism, organization, friendliness, and how comfortable they felt. Those are all key aspects of a positive patient experience.
It sounds like this patient felt truly cared for, not just like a number on a chart.
Exactly, and that's what we're looking for, right?
Okay.
A place where you feel like a person, not just a patient.
Absolutely. So let's say you're listening to this deep dive and you're thinking, okay, this all sounds pretty good, but how do I know if this center is the right fit for Emmy?
Mm.
What advice would you give?
That's a great question. I think it's important to remember that choosing a healthcare provider is a very personal decision. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. But I'd say this, trust your gut.
Worley.
Haha, yes,
Yeah.
literally. But also figuratively, if something feels off, if you don't feel a sense of connection or trust with a provider, it's okay to keep looking to you. Your health is worth it.
That's such an important point. You have to feel comfortable and confident in the people you're entrusting with your care.
Absolutely. And remember, you're not stuck with the first gastroenterologist you meet. It's okay to shop around, ask questions, and get a sense of different practices before making a decision.
It's like trying on a pair of shoes. You want to make sure they fit comfortably before you commit to wearing them.
Perfect analogy. And when it comes to digestive health, finding the right fit can make all the difference in the world.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the Center for Digestive Health and Nutrition, what are the key takeaways you'd like our listeners to remember?
Well, first and foremost, experience matters. This center has a long history of providing high-quality digestive health care to the Western Pennsylvania community. Their team of gastroenterologists has a wealth of knowledge and expertise, having seen and treated a wide range of conditions over the years.
And they don't just treat conditions. They empower their patients to take an active role in their own health through education and a collaborative approach to care.
Right. And they've created a comfortable and welcoming environment where patients feel heard and understood. Their state-of-the-art endoscopy center, TRC, is another testament to their commitment to providing the best possible care.
And those accreditations from all those reputable organizations, those speak volumes about their dedication to quality and safety.
They do, but beyond all the credentials and technology, what really stood out to me was their patient-centric approach. They genuinely seem to care about their patients' well-being and go the extra mile to make them feel comfortable and supported.
I agree. And at the end of the day, isn't that what we all want in a healthcare provider? Someone who listens, who cares, and who has the expertise to help us navigate those sometimes uncomfortable digestive issues.
Absolutely. So if you're experiencing digestive problems and are looking for a gastroenterologist in Western Pennsylvania, the Center for Digestive Health and Nutrition is definitely worth checking out. But as always, do your research, trust your gut, and choose the provider that feels right for you.
Well said. And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive until next time. Stay curious and keep learning.